This is a demonstration of how to be more creative with less, but more specifically how I achieve high-budget Hollywood shots like this, and this through using objects from around my house. And being my own stuntman. Taking it back, taking it way back. When you start out in any industry, access to the best tech, the best gear, the most experienced partners is just a pipe dream. So you really have to do with what you have to be able to stand out, to make a statement. My first 2 Young Film Director Awards I won at Cannes were won from films that had absolutely no budget. Through improvising, it actually made these films a lot better, more raw, it was more personal. Sometimes access to the best can actually be more limiting. I have to keep reminding myself to scale back, and that's why this week's idea really stuck out to me. This is exactly why I love YouTube. I grew up watching movies. They spoke to me in a way in which nothing else did. I couldn't get enough of them, so eventually I became a film director so that I could make my own movies. And YouTube is an added bonus of creative expression over and above the traditional stuff. It's a platform for experimentation. So I just want to say thank you for watching, for commenting, and keeping this YouTube channel alive. Okay, I'm gonna kick this experiment off of only using objects at my disposal or around my house and whatnot with a wildcard entry. Now, I don't even know if this one is real or not, but it is insane. Check here. This DP must double up as a ninja on the weekends. I think I have a little bit more of an attainable idea for this, but I'm guessing now that I'm gonna have to be the one who crashes into the car as well. The idea for the shot is to amplify the sensation of impact by having the vehicle moving forwards while I come along on a skateboard, and poof, as I hit the front, the car slams on brakes, I roll over, and the camera makes its way through the window and to the other side. This is a simple wheel from a roller door. I just took it off from the inside of the house. Attached to it is string with the 360 GoPro that's going to make its way through the window. Okay, so the idea is I would be going forwards, I would stop, hit into it, fall over, bang, land. And the camera is going to track that whole movement. Okay, next up is Mr. Robot. Check this shot out. I actually have the behind the scenes shot of it too. Sam Esmail has such a great vision with the show, and it's just so cinematic. It makes it really, really enjoyable to watch. I obviously don't have a great triangular shaped staircase or a motion control rig worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, but what I do have is a fire escape, rope, and some other bits in order to recreate this shot. So the idea here is that I've upcycled this wheel that I stole from my shower door for the previous shot, and I'm using it here as a kind of a pulley to move our way down the stairs. I'm just simply gonna drop it. Oh. And action. Okay, next, David Fincher's Fight Club. I absolutely love this film. Probably one of my all-time favorites. You see how the cheek warps there? You will have to recreate that in camera. In order to reach David Fincher's real explosion at the end of the Fight Club scene with a gun, we're gonna recreate that with this leaf blower. This ideally is the tip of a gun. Just gonna hook in there. And when I apply it to my mouth, it will create that warp and that kind of explosion that you really wanna see in slow motion. I'm gonna open that shot up in After Effects. I'm gonna remove the background, add a few elements, and bang! There you have it. And lastly, the loved Stranger Things. In entering the upside down, the camera rotates like this. Now what you may be thinking is, but Dan, you can just track backwards and post-rotate. Oh no. Because the shot is moving in a full 360-degree angle, we would have to zoom so far in and actually crop out all the quality unless we were shooting 12K, which we don't have. So a shopping cart and my Super 73 bike, along with the GoPro, will have to do the trick. Very simply, I just added this plate here, connected a ball head with a GoPro, which is nice and stabilized, and the wheel from the bicycle creates this resistance so that it can really be nice and smooth. And what's very important is that the lens is just near center, so that with the circular motion it doesn't swing from side to side and you can kind of keep your object dead center. Then we use the shopping cart to move us back and forth. And what's great about the GoPro is the stabilization, so that, you know, the bumps on the shopping cart, it'll really counter that very nicely. So this should work. If you were doing a shoot for a client, I wouldn't rock up with this thing. Okay, it looks like shit. Test one for the 360 stabilized rotation stabilizer, 360 rotation circular rotation rig. I hope, if anything, I taught you some fun and interesting movements here. I know for a fact that I learned that I'm definitely not a stuntman. That's for sure. My back hurts. Oh, by the way, thank you so much for all the comments on my last video where I made the track Godzilla by Eminem out of my girlfriend's hair ties. There are a bunch of comments telling me to get a job or asking where I get all the free time. And believe it or not, this is my job. Thanks to the brands that support us creators, I'm able to make videos every week and experiment and just make rad shit. And talking about incredibly supportive brands that I use every single time I make a film, Storyblocks Video, the sponsor of this week's video. Storyblocks is the ultimate time saver and stress reliever. There's been so many times that I've written a shot list and I just don't have the time to go out and shoot all of it. So I go over to Storyblocks and see what I can use there for my video and just really shave time off that shooting schedule. So head over to the link in the description and check Storyblocks out and get unlimited downloads to their member library to try out any clip you want in your next project in HD as well as 4K. There's also After Effects templates, motion backgrounds, and much more. All the content is royalty free, so you can use it in your YouTube videos without getting a copyright claim. So yeah, go over to the link in the description and check them out. Then lastly, subscribe to my channel. It's a simple click of the button. If you have already, I appreciate you so much. So much. And turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss an upload like the next Seeing Sounds, where I'm going to be making a soundtrack using only basketballs. Other than that, don't forget, you're awesome, bro, and I'll see you next week.